Take a chair.
Get away, guys.
And now we have a very special guest. She goes to Humber.
Yes.
Is in school for journalism.
She went to school in York for something.
Yeah, and she's going to do a story on us for the Humber Etc., which you can pick up at your local newsstand. Jessica Brooks, welcome to the show. Oh, pick up the guest mic.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, David Chuck.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you. Happy Easter to you guys.
Oh, happy Easter.
I love your Reeboks.
Oh, thank you. A little bling bling.
Mm-hmm.
Now, so you're in school for journalism. What do you want to do?
I want to cover the Dave and Chuck show as a correspondent.
Okay.
Cool. Nice. Yeah, you don't have to go to school for that, but...
I
You could have just paid Dave and Chuck.
But no, like, are you working, looking to work in like newspapers or television or?
I want to work for our public broadcaster who just got 800 jobs.
Oh.
Okay.
I want to work for CBC.
Nice.
And what do you want to do there?
I want to work for the radio show,
Mm.
The Current.
1 or 2?
Ooh.
Radio 1 or 2?
1.
Cool.
One's the one.
1 is on the 1. And so are you from Toronto?
I'm not. I'm from Quadra Island, BC.
Quadra Island?
Yeah.
How are the oysters there?
The oysters are delicious, and they get flown in to Toronto.
Nice. Where can I get?
Quadra.
Quadra Bay oysters. Where can I get those?
Maybe Jamie Kennedy.
All right.
Get her the waist, dude. Use a camera.
Oh,
Use a
sorry.
camera.
We're going to get over here. I'll stay over here.
Yeah, just stay over there for now.
Stu, he's talented at picking the wrong spot to stand at the wrong time.
That was a daring move,
It's one of his
Stu.
special. It's one of his special abilities.
Well, so if you could change one thing about journalism, what would it be?
Not interviewing people like Billy Bob Thornton.
Did you do that?
Would I interview?
Oh,
Did you?
No, no. Oh, what? What was the question?
Oh, would you?
No.
Okay, why not?
Because he's such an asshole. And he said we reminded him of, what, bland potatoes?
Potatoes with no gravy.
Well, he obviously hasn't had potatoes from Prince Edward Island.
That's what he said.
You're right.
He said Canadians are potatoes with no gravy.
Well, whatever. He's not that good of an actor. He always plays a coach. You know, I'm also over that. Go be a coach if you like playing that part so much. Now, from being from the West Coast and coming to a city like Toronto, if you could change one thing about Toronto, what would you change?
Ooh, how far Humber North Campus is from downtown?
Or perhaps a proper transit route.
Or proper transit. Or transit where you don't get thrown onto the tracks.
You know that my flight to Boston was quicker than my transit ride home from Pearson International.
Wow, that's crazy.
I was pissed. I ordered pizza. And know what? It sucked.
Oh,
Don't order Domino's.
yeah.
All crust, no gravy.
Just like Americans.
So, going to journalism school, what kind of stuff do they teach you? How do they do they like throw stuff at you and make you run relay races?
Well, it's hard. I
Yeah.
mean, you have to go out and you have to pretend there's like a car in the pond, and then your teacher like makes you ask questions.
Oh.
So you get set up with like scenarios,
Big situations.
big
Yeah.
situations.
Yeah.
Now,
The beginning.
as a journalist, do you learn any self-defense?
Ooh, good question. We know that mics are good weapons.
Fair enough. Do they advise you to have mace on you or anything like that? Because some not all the time, but sometimes the press are treated with violent situations, and as a journalist, you should be prepared to defend yourself and have a good offense.
I could always throw shoes.
Yeah, you can get
That's
those,
weird.
like, if you wear those ones with, like, the serious spikes, like the 4-inch heels.
Stilettos.
Yeah. That would hurt. Especially if you're, like, one of those badass chicks that, like, sharpens the end. She walks on a
That's a good idea.
pinpoint stiletto journalist. Oh my god.
Here it comes.
A superhero's worst nightmare.
Stu Gallagher.
Or best romance. Romance is
Always
best.
the question.
Well, speaking of throwing shoes, you're talking about, you're referring to that journalist in Afghanistan who threw shoes, right?
I was Stu
President
Gallagher.
Bush, I know. And you know, they just reduced the sentence. Did you know
To
that?
what?
I think from 3 years to 1 year, I think.
I didn't hear that.
Now, that seems a little excessive, in my opinion.
A year
But he was
for-
expressing his opinion, he said, but his, the people that are in charge there say that it was attacking a foreign dignitary, I think, something like that, right? So,
What's a dignitary?
I guess George was.
Does that mean he's distinguished? Or dignified?
Ex-pres, what can you say, you know? Comes with the territory, right?
Fair enough. And you also studied at York. Was that a different motivation for you, or was that like where you were planning something else, right?
That was to get the piece of paper from university. Did a lot of good.
And what, it was like a general fundamental course or
It's communications.
communications?
How am I doing?
You're communicating pretty well.
Thanks.
You answer the questions concisely and
It was
appropriately.
Money well spent.
And why'd you choose Toronto? Why didn't you want to just keep hanging 10 in the West? Where you have like multi-climates and definitely a lot easier work environments than Toronto. You know, you can show up 10 minutes late and no one cares.
It's true. It's true. 20 minutes. It's a big city. It's fun here. Look at this.
Well,
This is fun.
I guess it is like for Canada, it's kind of one of the hubs of the arts.
It is. It is the center
Oh, I know
Universe.
I know what to
of
ask.
the universe.
What's
A lot of gravy.
what's your favorite news?
My favorite news?
Yeah.
That's a good question. Nylon Magazine?
What's
Oh
that?
yeah. It's like I know my sister has it.
What is
It's a
it?
girl magazine. It's news though, right?
What have you learned?
The tie-dye's coming back into fashion.
Oh, really?
I wouldn't have thought. That's about 10 years since 15 years since it was in fashion, so I guess
Yeah,
it's ready
it's
for
about
a revival.
Yeah.
Nylon magazine sometimes has naked pictures of girls.
Oh.
Young girls.
Young girls, that's what I know about it.
That's not why I look at it.
You read it for the article?
It's, I don't know, it's creative maybe.
The best kind, I guess. You gotta be creative about being naked.
Because if you're just naked and you're not creative,
Yeah.
there's nothing to think about.
But just stark nudity is good sometimes. You have to be that
There's-
creative.
I saw a quote. Yeah, it was a store on King Street. If you're naked, you're boring.
I disagree.
Well, it depends. I guess
Depends
if
where
you're,
you are
If
when
you're
you're
on a
naked.
fashion level,
Oh.
right?
Oh, in the
So
fashion
it's a
section.
fashion store, so it's about having clothes and style. But when if you're naked, you're just good old boring naked.
Oh, so you need clothes.
Yeah,
What if you just hang a sock from it? What about that?
I guess they might say you're bringing back a fashion style that the Red Hot Chili Peppers did in the
Well, that's been done.
mid-80s,
Oh,
early 90s. They used to play with socks on their cocks. And they did a photo spread for Rolling Stone, I think, in 94.
they must have ripped me off. I did that in the 70s. I didn't get any photo shoots. It's like private showing.
Weird.
Oh, those.
I don't know, I did it once.
That puts an end to everything.
What do you think? Are socks on gentlemen's private parts, is that sexy? Or is that silly, or could it be sexy in certain situations, or is it monotonous at this point?
Could be sexy in certain situations. I mean, depends.
I guess it's different. If the sexy guy has one on, then it's sexy, but if like an unsexy dude has on, it's just kind of gross.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, if there was like a Christmas
say
stocking.
to the girl, hey, put a sock in it.
Yes, into the toilet again. Here we go.
And you spent 8 years in Toronto, or
Yeah.
yeah,
10 years now.
10 years.
Wow.
And has it been good to you?
It's been great to me.
Yeah, I feel the same way. When I moved here, I didn't know anyone really. I maybe knew like 12 people, but they were like from home, and I didn't like it at first. But once I stuck it out and actually found a place, met some interesting people. It's like starting over, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you grow up in a small place, everything's familiar, and you know the history of everyone's families, or someone through someone, or someone's cousin, or whatever. And there's sort of that comfort. And you come to a big place away from all your family, and that it's a little bit different. And once you actually, establish, I guess, some friends in the network, it's a pretty fun place. You know what I mean?
Oh, hey, are you going to Dave and Chuck Show party on April 24th at El Macombo upstairs?
Hell yeah.
Wicked.
All right.
Wicked. Well, why don't we pause for?
Well, it's like it's about time for us to do our news.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
Right.
so we'll do the 3-song break, and then you win this week.
Sounds good.
Graham,
Okay.
take it away, Graham.
We can do that.
Thank you.